Hello everyone, my name is Christian. Welcome to my hobby blog. Today is Sunday the 20th of March, and just this past Friday, I guess on the 18th, I have always shown this on my most recent haul video, but I do finally have the March package. All three films are here, technically 5 films, because 2 of these are double features, and one of them is a standalone release. We're back to 5 titles. Was it January, I think, had the, 6 movies or something. So I'm going to try to at least knock 1 or 2 out this week, releases-wise, and then maybe be done by next week. And I guess mid-March or mid-April, we will get the next package, which I don't think has been announced yet. But we know Thriller, A Cruel Picture is coming out, and they are including all of the adult inserts, is one way to describe it. But that's a whole other thing. Today we are going to unbox the March package, go through each of these releases, look at what the movie is, see what special features there are, and the actual physical packaging for these. So I'm not really going in any order. I just have them in a stack here. But we're just going to go ahead and start with the one I personally am most excited for. Hard Rock Zombies, along with Slaughterhousewalk. I don't know anything about these movies. This is a recent theme when it comes to Vinegar Syndrome, where I don't know anything about these movies. But watching them, they become my favorite. But I love the slipcover. I think this is probably one of my favorites of this year, in my opinion. Master of the World was a great slipcover. Sister Sister was a really great one once I kind of understood what I was looking at. This one's just the most badass one, in my opinion, easily. And then Slaughterhousewalk. I swear that's Christopher Lee. Looks exactly like Christopher Lee as Dracula, but it's not. It's somebody else. But it comes out just like this. I have the alternate art of the Slaughterhousewalk showing, because if I was to flip it out, it would look like this. Or I guess it would be like this if I had it front ways like that, but I'm having it the other way with Hard Rock Zombies in front. But both of these movies I know really next to nothing about, so I'm going to read the descriptions, at least the plot synopsis, and then see what strikes me as interesting. So we're going to do Hard Rock Zombies first, because that is kind of the main movie that they had on this. And then Slaughterhousewalk, from what I've heard, they had the rights to, and they just packaged it with Hard Rock Zombies and decided to do a heavy metal double feature, I guess. But Hard Rock Zombies, a heavy metal band, has been invited to appear in a conservative small town. What they don't know is that the hosts are in fact a family of horrific and murderous mutants who... oh my god, okay. Whose patriarch is none other than Hitler. Oh my god. After being swiftly murdered, Cassie, the only non-violent member of this depraved clan, wills the band back to life. What? Soon the stuffy townspeople are faced with an unwelcome reckoning as the zombified musicians thrash and maim their way through the community in the name of grisly revenge and love. Oh my god. I didn't know any of that until now. Wow, okay, I'm very excited for this movie. It sounds so dumb and awesome. And the fact that this is all like a heavy metal theme to this movie. Like, I love the caption to this movie too. They came from the grave to rock and rave and misbehave. Taking my money now. I mean, they already have my money. But fuck yeah, I am so excited for Hard Rock Zombies. That sounds absolutely amazing. It is from 1985, and it's 97 minutes. So that's good. They're not going to overstay the welcome. They describe it as one of the most original zombie films in the history of the genre. It's a blend of horror film and musical, filtered through experimental and art house cinema sensibilities. Wow. Jam-packed with outrageous song and dance sequences, juxtaposed with over-the-top violence and ludicrous plot twists. Fuck yeah! Okay, let's talk about Slaughterhousewalk now. I think we all know that Hard Rock Zombies is probably going to be the best movie out of this bunch, just based off the description. Slaughterhousewalk. Alex, a college student, is being plagued by strange dreams and such, in which a grotesque man commits heinous acts of torture and murder. With the help of his friends, Alex discovers that he has an unexplained telepathic link to a notorious killer who once lived on Alcatraz Island and whose bloodlust extends beyond the grave. When his supernatural experiences begin taking on real-life manifestations, Alex and his friends sneak into the abandoned prison to put an end to the reign of terror, only to unriddling walk into a bloodbath. They don't really talk about any heavy metal like Hard Rock Zombies, but it says here that dispensing with any sense of narrative logic, Dmitry Logothetis' Slaughterhousewalk gleefully combines tracks from new wave musical sensations, Devo, awesome, with plentiful gut-busting gore, and touches of humor, all set in the spooky, fog-filled environs of the infamous Alcatraz prison. So this is a brand new 4K restoration, so this one doesn't sound as, I guess, heavy metal focused, but it does have a soundtrack composed, it seems, by Devo, who did Rip It, which is probably the most popular song. I don't know really anything else by them. They definitely seem like the 1980s one-hit wonder. They were part of that. So that is the first release, Hard Rock Zombies, along with Slaughterhousewalk. I am very fucking excited for Hard Rock Zombies. I may save it for the last. I may have to go watch these other movies first. So the next movie in this package is Reformed School Girls. Shocking. I know nothing about this movie. I absolutely love the back of the slipcover, though. That is probably the most cool, awesome-looking back I've seen. So young, so bad, so what? This gives me heavy Mad Max vibes. Mostly Mad Max 2, I believe, is when Mad Max is in the little camp, and they have all the oil refineries, and I think they light it on fire at the end. But for some reason, that's what I'm thinking of when I see the back of this. But this is another one I know nothing about. It's a woman in prison film. I do have the alternate art showing, which is pretty awesome. Pretty sexy. I don't know any of these women. So let's go ahead and read the description and see what this movie is about. The Pridemore Juvenile Detention Facility isn't just a place for troubled teenage girls to serve their time. Instead, it's a living hell filled with sexual depravity and violence. Jenny, a fresh inmate, becomes the de facto protector of Lisa, an innocent young girl forced to be a plaything to anyone after her body. Ew. Then there's Charlie. This is weird. And then there's Charlie, a hardened teenage lesbian who torments her fellow prisoners through brutal acts of sexual sadism. But no one instills more fear in even the toughest girls than the sadistic Edna, who, with a blind eye turned by money-hungry Warden Sutter, delights in terrorizing her beautiful prisoners. However, the girls have had enough, and things are about to change at Pridemore. This sounds very sleazy. It definitely belongs in the woman in prison genre, which was a weird subgenre of the late 70s, early 80s, I believe. This is from 1986, so a bit later. It's directed by Tom DeSimone, who also did The Concrete Jungle, which I've heard of. I don't know anything about it. Again, Vinegar Syndrome does weird, unknown movies. It's described as a sublimely trashy and over-the-top woman in prison juvenile delinquent classic, reframed for the grimy punk sensibilities of the 1980s. Starring punk rock superstar Wendy O. Williams. She was in Candy Goes to Hollywood, which I've heard of. It's kind of shocking how many of these movies I've heard of but haven't actually seen. Cult film legend Sybil Danning, who I think everybody knows her. And I don't remember what movies she's been in, but it lists here that she's in Red Queen Kills 7 Times, which I've heard is actually a really good giallo film. And featuring a career performance from former Warhol superstar Pat Ast. Paul Morrissey's Heat that she was in. They have a huge new extended making of documentary all about this movie. Apparently the behind the scenes is absolutely crazy, so I'll try to watch that before doing a review on this. But I don't know anything about this movie. I mean, I know the subgenre pretty well. I know it's usually very trashy, or at least sleazy in that regard. But I guess this is the first woman in prison film I own now. It's not a genre I was ever really interested in, but this one sounds fine. I have no expectations. This is definitely a curfew or a sister-sister situation where I'm like, okay, sounds good. Not really my type, but, you know, if it's good, it's good. You know, whatever. Curfew I didn't care for at all, if you remember, but sister-sister I really liked. I really love the atmosphere in that one, so hopefully Reformed School Girls is like that, where at least there's something I like, and it's not awful to watch, like Curfew. But the final movie that comes in this package is another double feature, and this one is on 4K. So this is a pretty beefy set. The main attraction of this double feature, of course, is the movie Schizoid. This is a famous cult film. One I've heard about many times. I believe that's Klaus Kinski, if I can see him right. But I am absolutely excited to have another 4K from Vinegar Syndrome, because I know it's going to look really fucking good. But this one also comes with a Bobby Benton film called X-Ray, which has a really sleazy cover of a woman basically undressed, and then a mad doctor about to stab her in the face. Actually, no, that's his fist. So I guess he's just about to punch her. Sure, he's about to punch the woman. I don't know anything about X-Ray, but Schizoid has been one that's up there with Madman. That was a recent acquisition of mine that I showed in the haul, and Madman and Schizoid are usually mentioned together when it comes to the kind of slasher type of movie. But here's what it looks like on the alternate cover. I have it where it's showing both of them kind of together, but it's not just one or the other. They have, I think, this on the front of the original cover, but on the alternate they have both, so that's why I switched it. This is a 4K release. It comes with Blu-ray discs for both of them, for both 4K movies, but so it comes with 3 discs, 1 4K disc per movie, and then they have a Blu-ray disc that has both movies and the special features. A lot of interviews, so not anything of super note, but let's read the description and see what my impressions are. on if these movies are somewhat interesting sounding. So Schizoid is the first one we're going to do. It's from 1980, 89 minutes, so that's good. That means it's short. Pieter Fales is a renowned psychiatrist who is unable to reconcile his relationship with his teenage daughter, Allison. Julie, one of Pieter's patients, is a successful advice columnist in the midst of a messy divorce, who has also started receiving threatening letters. When a black-clad, scissors-wielding killer begins murdering people in Julie's life, she begins to suspect that her unknown writer and this mysterious assailant might be one and the same. Sounds like a giallo. It does star Klaus Kinski. Oh, okay. The director is David Paulson, who is pretty famous. He also did Savage Weekend, which I believe is another Vinegar Syndrome title. Schizoid is described as a delirious whodunit headlined by cult film superstar Klaus Kinski, alongside Donna Wilkes, who was in the Angel films, Mariana Hill, Messiah of Evil, and an early appearance from Christopher Lloyd, who was in Back to the Future, but I know him more as the guy in, not Star Trek, that's Christopher Plummer. Okay, ignore that. All amplified with a throbbing electronic score by Craig Huxley, and presented here from a stunning new 4K restoration. So, yeah, I was right. This is a slasher film. One I'm excited for. It's one with scissors, so I expect a lot of gore. Now on to X-Ray, which I know nothing about. When Susan was a little girl, she rejected the Valentine of a love-struck classmate. Decades later, she's come to the hospital for a routine medical examination. But when her X-rays seem to show something unusual, Susan finds herself trapped in a bizarre medical nightmare. Made all the worse as her vengeful childhood Valentine, disguised among the hospital staff, begins murdering everyone in his path as a means of proving his undying romantic obsession. My God, he sounds very toxic. With its exceptionally colorful cinematography by Nicholas Joseph von Sternberg, who also did Slaughterhousewalk. Oh my God. That's fun. Now I kind of know why they released this. An otherworldly sense of surrealism, trailblazing Israeli filmmaker Bose Davidson's also done The Last American Virgin, sole foray into horror cinema. X-Ray, aka known as Hospital Massacre, is a slasher like no other and has been freshly restored in 4K from its 35mm original camera negative. Huh. So that's interesting that they have an Israeli horror film in the collection now. It's one I did not realize was as cool sounding as it was. Sounds exactly like Halloween 2, and also there was a specific line that made me think. A bizarre medical nightmare. So it makes me think of David Cronenberg mixed with Halloween 2. So I have somewhat high hopes for these two movies. X-Ray I think I'm more excited for than Schizoid, even though Schizoid's a classic slasher. But those are all the titles for this month that we have. That's the unboxing. Again, we have these three films here. I'm trying to show them all at once. That's how they look. And then, of course, I have to flip over two of them because two of them are double features. So, a lot of titles this month. It's not bad when Vinegar Syndrome does double features, because they're not exactly box sets, but it's just another movie to include. So to me, when it comes to the subscription, the more movies, the better. That means I pay lower amounts per movie, And so when I see, Hard Rock Zombies paired with Slaughterhousewalk, or Schizoid with X-Ray, that makes me really excited. I know that all the bad movies, it won't cost me as much. So this month is a little lighter in terms of what I know and what interests me, but I think Hard Rock Zombies is going to be my favorite one. That's my prediction. I think Schizoid will be one that I love, followed by X-Ray. That'll probably be number 3, and then the final one will probably be Reformed Schoolgirls, because I'm not much of a fan of the woman in prison films, but we shall see. So without further ado, I'm going to close the video. This is my unboxing, initial thoughts. I am excited to see how these films are. I'll probably get Reformed Schoolgirls out of the way and then start diving into the double features. So thank you all very much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe. Comment how you feel about this unboxing. Let me know if you got the package, what you're excited for, all of that. And again, thank you all for watching.